Hi everyone, I'm Rachel, and in this tutorial I'll show you how to color a warm and polished portrait of a fall goddess using the Color Therapy app. In this lesson, I will mainly focus on showing you how to choose a limited color palette, and I'll also show you how to color leaves and draw antlers. Okay, so I've already colored in her face with very pale tones. Make sure to check out my other tutorials if you want to see how to do something like that. Let's go into the color palette now and choose colors for the background, hair, and leaves. Scroll to the autumn palette and select gradient. Now in order to create a really nice cohesive look, let's just choose all the warm colors here. So the browns, yellows, dark burgundies, and oranges. And then set the gradient so that it is a linear gradient. So either darker on the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. And then just start to fill in the leaves. And I would just do a few here and there and then switch to another color. Now for the background, scroll over to Dark Shades 2 and then just choose the first color. And I'm gonna set that one to a linear gradient so it's lighter at the top and tap in the background. And I'll use the same gradient for her hair and just tap to fill that in. Now I wanna add a little bit of texture to the background. So let's use the smudge tool. Set the size to 100 and the opacity to 20%. And then sample a kind of a light orange color from there. And then using your finger, just go in a up and down vertical motion and just add in some texture all into the entire image. And now I want to really frame her in even more. So I'm going to set coloring inside the lines mode to on, and using a black, I'm going to start to add it in behind her shoulders, and then bring it up around her hair just a little bit and just kind of blend it into the background. And then I'm just going to tap it in and kind of slowly blend it upwards. So it looks a little bit more like a painting or a foggy background. Now I'm going to show you how to do the veins on a leaf. Now back in the autumn palette, set that to solid and choose a very pale yellowish orange. And then in the manual mode, select the pen tool. Set the size to 1% and the opacity to 75. And then using your finger, just go ahead and trace those vein lines that you see there. You can also add your own. And you're gonna do that on both sides. And then to really make it blend in for each of the different colored leaves, select your darkest color from the leaf and then add in some more veins so it starts to really look like it's more natural. And then finally, you want to blend that with the smear tool. So I'm going to do about size 15 and opacity 60. And now I'm just blending those vein lines into each other. So basically, I'm not blending it all the way through, but here and there. And then you can apply that same technique to the rest of the leaves. And then optionally, you can add in some antlers. So I'm going to go into the hair shades palette and choose a cream color. Select the AIRBRUSH tool, set the size to about 25 and the opacity to 100, and then set coloring inside the lines mode to off, and then start somewhere around right above her ear on the side of her temple and draw a circle. And then you want to bring that up and just curve it around for the antler. It's going to be thicker at the bottom. Then you can bring another little piece of the antler upward and maybe make another little sharp turn at the bottom too. And then you want to clean that up with the pen tool, set the size at 2 and opacity at 100. And just go over your lines you just made and make them a bit darker and crisper. And then you can make the antlers really sharp. Under the same palette, choose a charcoal color and then switch back to the AIRBRUSH tool. And now you want to add a little bit of shadow into it, just mostly on the bottom of the antler. I'm just kind of dotting it in. And then switch back over to the pen tool again and lower the size to 1. And using your cream color again, start to add in some texture. So I'm adding kind of little dots and quick short strokes going upward. And this is just adding texture onto the antler. And you can add it in charcoal as well. And that's it. You can also try applying these steps, but in cool tones, to create a frigid scene for a winter goddess. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.